All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Wolf Ranch Repairs. Coming back to the TV cabinet here. Excuse me. You can see we've got all the components that we'll reattach here to the front painted. They're ready to go. We're going to start applying stain today. At least the first coat, and we'll see how long the process goes. If we can get the whole first coat on today, that's what we're going to do. So first, I've got this little piece here that I'm trying to kind of keep. It's the old General Electric logo. It's messed up, but I don't want to stain over it and cover it. So I think I'm trying to find either a decal, a General Electric decal, or something to put on that, and so that I keep that as close to what it's supposed to be as possible. So I'm just going to put tape over that for now. All right. So we got this stain here. It's a water base stain and poly combination from Behr. We picked that up at Home Depot. They ought to sponsor me as much as I mention them. So anytime you're using stain or a poly, you want to make sure you're in a well ventilated space, and then also make sure you've got the right brush. This is a dyed blended bristle brush. It's specifically made for polyurethane finishes. So pick that up. Got my stir stick. Want to make sure this is blended nicely. Something else you should do, which I haven't done, is wear gloves. So go with the grain of the cabinet. Want to try and make it a nice even coat. And then when you get to your, once this dries, we'll sand it down lightly and then apply a second coat. And you just keep doing that until you get it to whatever darkness or colored scheme that you want. We'll do the second coat. Honestly, that's probably as much as we'll do. We'll do 2 coats on this because this looks pretty dark already. And that's why you wear gloves. The clear coat that we got, it's actually just a spray-on clear coat, so that's not going to take long. to apply. But we're getting down to the nitty gritty now. This thing's really actually coming together. Try to do, when you're going back over, kind of what I'm doing here is I'm going back over the areas that I've already applied the stain to. Because as I apply it, you'll notice I'm using short strokes. Sometimes that'll leave brush marks. So when I go back over it, I try to do a longer stroke across the entire surface, and that kind of evens out everything. I used to hate painting when I was a kid. My dad we'd get these projects going, and like we were working on a camper shell for his old pickup truck, and he asked me to paint the inside of it. I hated painting, so I would take the paint and I would kind of just slosh it onto the walls and spread it around. Not the best technique. I think my dad had to go in and repaint most of what I had done. Just painting takes so long, you know. I was not patient. All right. Top's done. Well, first coat anyway. It'll dry lighter than what it is right now as it soaks in. And then we'll sand it and put a second coat on. Let's see how the side looks. I think the side may actually take more than 2 coats, since it's starting out lighter than the top. We'll see how the wood soaks it up. Couple of things we still got to do. Once this is done, still got to reattach all the metal, and then I need to order the speaker cone, and we need to figure out what I'm doing with the seal for the glass. I think I had talked about getting some of that Flex Seal and just using that on the original seal. So, might still do that. And then putting everything back together. The guts of it, we got to clean those off really well. Finally got some cooler days here. It's actually under 100 degrees out here. So I say cooler days, but still it's like 97 today. Still feels pretty good given what we've been dealing with for the last few weeks. And I know this isn't the most exciting part of the project, but it is a very important step. If you're trying to get something to look its best, you want to make sure you take your time and do things the right way. So that's kind of what I'm trying to show with this video, is just kind of following the steps. Don't rush things. That's something I tend to do. Actually, I'm not a very patient person, so this is a little bit cathartic for me. Making sure I do it right, and being on camera kind of forces me to do that. So. I know when so I painted these pieces here with our kind of a rose gold color. and they looked all right, but there was something about the way it was on the metal. It wasn't like you could almost rub it off. It didn't. I don't know if it was I didn't get the amount of the chemical that we washed them in off all the way, or so off camera I sanded them down again and repainted them, and then to try and make sure that there was no issues, I put a clear coat on, and it looks like the clear coat reacted with the paint a little bit, and it kind of gave it a almost like an antique look. It's like got some. It looks kind of dirty. The more I look at it, the more I kind of like it, because it gives it that antique feel. That this isn't. I know it's not going to be perfect. Nothing ever is. My goal is to try and get it close and then get it to where I like it. And that's probably another important thing. You know, don't, when you're working on something or doing a project, you're doing it for you. You know, you're not doing it to make everybody happy. If you're doing restoration projects or any kind of work, you want to make it to where you're happy with the results, and it doesn't really matter who else is happy with it. As long as you like it, that's all that really counts. This this TV's been sitting out in our garage for I don't even know how long. As long as I've been living here, anyway. I never got around to even working on it, starting it, until we started this this channel. So, I guess doing this is giving me a reason to do some projects that I've been meaning to get around to and just never made the time. We're actually up to, we got 15 subscribers now on the channel, which, I don't know, we've been doing this a few months now. And I wasn't sure if I'd get one subscriber, honestly. So thank you to the folks that are subscribed. I appreciate it. Now, I'm going to hit the front here. Got to be careful down here along this bottom where we didn't sand around the speaker case, because I don't want, yeah, I probably will once we get down there. Ooh, that's really dark. See the light spot there? Mm-hmm. That's the wood putty. This just doesn't take the stain as well, this front piece.
Do you want to extend it again?
Yeah, I was warned ahead of time that the wood putty might not absorb the stain the same, because it's not wood. It's so we'll see what we can do to kind of even that out a little bit.
School bus.
School bus. School is back in session. It actually looks like it's gonna match that bottom piece pretty well. All right, so just got this bottom piece plate to go. I don't know that I need to tape it because the colors are pretty close. And I've been pretty careful. So let's just lightly go along here. All right. Well, there we go. First coat done. So let's see. Just want to get an idea of. Yeah, that's gonna look. Guys, first coat's done. Gotta let this dry, and then we'll sand it down, put a second coat on it. But overall, I think it looks real good. Once the second coat's on, then we will go ahead and clear coat it, put it all back together, and see what the finished finished thing looks like. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, so you don't miss any of my videos. Please comment, ask any questions you might have. I will do my best to answer. Like I said, I don't have many subscribers, so it shouldn't be that hard for me to answer questions. But thanks again, and we'll see you next time.